Great. So, welcome, people. It's a fantastic edition of the Lost in Transit podcast. My name is Olamide, and today I have a very interesting and extremely creative and very, very, very funny young man in the studio with me. It goes by the name Olamide, but he likes to be called Omani, which I really, really, really do like. How did you come about the name Omani, though?
Yeah, so Omani is like a slogan we've been using back in days in the university. You know, I like calling my friends Omani. We don't even call ourselves by names.
Right.
Like Omani, have fun, stuff like that. So when I started doing content, it's not what I intentionally, put into my content, just what comes out of, when I speak.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But I realized that when I make content and I use that slogan, Omani, people in the comments say, Omani.
I love it.
I had to put that on my bio.
Are you serious?
It's not something I planned. It just happened. And I think I'm liking it already.
Really? You should like it because, I mean, of course, as Nigerians, as Yorubas, typically we call ourselves Omani.
Exactly.
All everybody's cousin. Exactly. I think I was in the bus one time and somebody was asking, these black kids born here, they were talking about everybody being everybody's cousins. This person's your cousin. So we're really all kind of related. And it kind of makes sense. I like him. It's very relatable. So well done. So why did you decide? I've seen a couple of your content and it's pretty much about the realities that people go through in the UK, black migrants go through in the UK. But you present it in a very interesting and comedic way. Why, what inspired that decision to do that?
Okay, bro. This UK don't have already and everyone's trying to be formal, everyone's trying to speak English, everyone's trying to be, and I felt like I think kind of jobs we do is put everyone in that position to sit up, and I just want a situation where people can come to my page, and just ease up, and I felt like I could have done all of this in English or before, but I don't want to do that. So the reality is that you would know when you watch a video, this is what you're going to watch. How do people watch this video and still laugh? Right. At themselves. Yeah. Laugh at the reality. Yeah. Because that's the best way to ease it up. We want to laugh at our reality. Yeah. So I feel like, I'm just going to be different. I'm just going to put this, as funny as possible. I can, as fun as possible. And that's how everything started.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. Now tell me, let's backtrack for a bit. Tell me about your time in Nigeria, growing up, and then why you decided to move to the UK. What really prompted you to move to the UK?
Okay, one thing about me is that I review my life a lot. I do love review. So where I was born, before I left, I realized that if I spend 10 years in this place, if I spend one more year in this place, it's not it. So I thought, what can I do to leave this area? Right. The best way to live in a particular place is via education, both in Nigeria and abroad. If you live in a very remote area and you want to live, you can just pack up your bag and go to the city. You need to live for a purpose. So for me, University of Lagos was the first point of action for me. I had to go to school. Went to University of Lagos to leave my home. Which was feel like there was no much hope for me. So I got to University of Lagos. University of Lagos, achieved its purpose. Gave me the exposure, education, and everything. But it got to a point I realized that that's the best it could offer. It's the best it could offer for me at that time. I needed to step up, move on. And that is where traveling abroad, came in.
Quite interesting. That's a very, very, very philosophical approach to it. I love it. I love it because people just, of course, like I said, people relocate for different reasons, but there ought to be a vision and a purpose for it. Correct. So when you moved to the UK, what was the experience like for you? What was the adjustment like? What was the experience, the shockers that you received, that you experienced?
For me, there was no much shocker because I've always had people abroad, and I really with them a lot, tell me what's happening, the reality. So I was prepared, kind of prepared. So everything I do now is not just happening. Though I didn't know when to start. But at the same time, I think I was prepared enough. So when I came abroad, I wasn't expecting too much. I wasn't expecting any miracle to happen. I know this is an economy that works. You get what you give in. So there's no magic anywhere. So not too much. The only thing is that when I came in and I went to Lidl and a white lady approached me and said, "Hey, my love." I I really thought she loved me. Honestly, I really thought she loved me because she called me my love. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, everybody in love. Don't be saying.
Everybody in love.
So, when she called me my love, I was like, wow, someone liked me. You know, in Nigeria,
love at first sight.
Yeah, love at first sight. You know that kind of thing. You know, say our people for Nigeria.
Yeah.
Before person go tell you say I love you,
you don't drop 1 or 2.
The first 2 weeks for say talking stage before even kiss, before you even put a mouth tell you say I love you back.
Yeah.
Not talk of meeting a lady and say my love you can. I say, really? Did you?
That's what I did for you.
So, but when I start getting many comments like that, my love, darling, sweet,
lovely,
so lovely, just like just a normal thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's a very interesting one. Okay, now before we get too carried away, usually I test people, test their Nigerianness, ask them a couple questions about Nigeria.
Okay.
So let's see how Nigerian you still are. Right. So I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. Questions here. Yeah. One. What natural resource made Nigeria one of the largest economies in Africa?
We have crude oil.
Nice, okay. In what year was Abuja officially declared as Nigeria's capital?
Abuja, I know it was first of all in Calabar, then moved to Lagos, and I think 1970. It was doing Obasanjo. But I can't remember. I think
the year.
1970 something.
It was actually 1991.
Oh yeah, 1991 because yes, 1991.
Yeah. Okay.
1991. Yes.
Yeah. So name the Nigerian movie industry that ranks among the top 3 globally.
Nigerian movie.
Yeah. What's the name of the movie industry?
Nollywood.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Which Nigerian author won the Man Booker International Prize in 2021?
In 2021, Nigerian author.
She's out. Do you want clues?
If
she's female.
If it should be Chimamanda.
Good. Okay. You're very Nigerian. You have the badge.
Yeah,
cool. Makes sense.
Sure,
right. Okay. So let's now go back to what you've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the cars that were delivered to your house recently. I saw it on Instagram. When are you sharing my own? When am I getting my own car?
So honestly, that was not even a planned content.
All right. Really?
I was coming from a shoot and I saw that. I felt like I just told my guy, I beg, give me 1 minute. So it just came out like, guys, okay, you say we don't get money for you, now you get. So most of the things I even do, some of the things I do are not really planned. Yeah, I just see something and the content idea comes to my head.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, being in this place, I felt like 3 different content ideas. I felt like,
really?
You can calm down at this place. Because, here you can't just bring out your phone and start recording and all that. But I don't know, for everything I see, everything I hear, it always comes with content ideas. So
interesting.
That's it for me,
Right. So let's talk about the Eba anthem.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to that point? How did that idea come to you? Because I mean, of course, it was initially a skit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, let's even backtrack a bit and talk about the one that made you really popular, the Ganusi one.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
Honestly, I did not see it coming. Honestly,
right.
I think at some point I was big on TikTok. When I say big on it, not that I was, but at least I'm known on TikTok.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, I don't have that that platform. But when I saw the Ganusi, the what's it called, the
recording,
the audio itself on IG.
Okay.
Then something came to my head like this is just a contest. This one you did not want to do it.
Yeah.
But it's this one you want to do. I felt like this is a good one.
Right.
Because I realized that to be out there and to be different, you need to pioneer something, be a frontier or something. I said, okay, this one's unlike TikTok, we just jump on trendy beats and we just make funny captions. This one I want to start something, and I want to base my whatever I'm doing on UK related content. So I started with the university thing.
Right.
Nigerian.
She went viral.
Then they go Oxford. But you see all those ones which is institution, na installment, and people really liked it. I did with care. People liked it. I felt like wow, this is it. Yeah. So that was the first video I had. Like the first video I had 1 million views on Instagram. That was my first video with 1 million.
Wow.
Views. Since then I've been having millions of views on some of my.
Did you think it was going to go that far?
I did not think it was going to. But the response I got from the first one, gave me that motivation to do more.
Right.
So every day I do up like 2-3 different videos on Ganusi, and that thing was all over everywhere. I used to go to my church. I used to be a guitarist in my church, and nobody sabi me. Even when I don't go. After the Ganusi trend, so I didn't go to church for a while because I was kind of busy with work and all that. The next time I went to church, I realized that people like, well, they bring their phone, say,
Oh,
no be the same church I know they come since I know service. So
I know, right?
I knew that Ghanaian thing was really put me out there.
Right,
Honestly, it put me out there because once I was walking, I live in Southampton, and somebody, he was driving with his family in a car, and he had to park. He came down from the car
Joking.
to come and hug me. He said his wife told him to park. That is Ghanaian. So I was like, how did you even recognize me?
Right.
You were driving, I was walking.
Yeah.
So I knew the Ghanaian thing really did a thing.
Oh, brilliant.
It really did a thing.
Brilliant.
And the feedback you get can be a source of motivation.
True.
So if I wasn't getting that feedback, I probably might not want to do more. But the feedback really gingered me. So I really, appreciate everyone who liked my content. Everyone who really, see what I'm doing, and they really appreciate. So I really appreciate.
But then you also deserve some kudos because let me sound like MC Olumo. You also deserve some kundus. By the way, you're going to do a Ganusi for us on the show before you leave. But then I was going to say you deserve some kudos because you haven't stopped there. Yeah. You've gone on to do the Eba anthem. Yeah. I thought that was fucking ingenious. Right? I thought because it was a case of the first video I saw was like you were saying Eba is the reason people don't have the UK accent already. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. Then the next thing, there's a music to it. I thought that was so. How do you really plan this thing? Do you sit say, okay, this is the next thing, that's the next thing, or does it just come to you randomly, all of it?
I live a spontaneous life. My life has been spontaneous all my life. I don't sometimes, but the only thing I do is that I review. Right. I don't really do long-term plan. I do short-term, but I review. That's it. Now, when I started this whole thing as I was just doing it. I'm just a TikToker. Then like caption content. That's what we do on TikTok. We don't do more of talking. Yeah. So when I started doing talking, to my content, and I started using Yoruba, it was not easy for me. But I feel like that was kind of odd. But it's something I became proud of. So, and I believe also in this UK we all live the same life, one way or the other. So everything I speak in my content, you would relate. Yeah. So when I say Ebatic Poju, I was literally talking to myself. Right. I live alone. I don't want to cook. I'm too lazy to do anything. So every day Eba is like my go-to. I don't know that guy you're about to like Ebatic Poju. So I'm not even. It is me. I was like literally talking to myself. Yeah. So when I did that Ebatic Poju, like I said, the feedback is always the motivation. Yeah. When you're doing something and people like it, you will know that people like it. Right. You can't keep doing what people don't like. Yeah, sure. So, do you get? So I realized that people like that. I said, wow. So people really like this Ebatic Poju thing. And I came on live one day, one TikTok, and this lady came and said, oh, Faloh, I love you so much. Your content has been, if I right now, you are my favorite content creator. You're Eba. And this, do you know what? She crammed the whole Eba thing. That even me, I can't say everything from her. But she said, I said, wow, people like this thing. And then the next thing, there's this guy on TikTok that does on me. Yeah. Then the guy added
is to
it.
Talking drum to it.
He now made it super. When I said, I need to make a music from this. And got so good. I have a little background in production and all of that. I play guitar. I just let me do a beat and and I brought on my guy Plenty AY, so I featured him on it, and it became a hit. And I'm really glad where it's going. I don't know where the destination is, but I'm glad for the progression so far. It's really nice.
I was going to ask you because your decision to use Yoruba, is it because it's a language you're familiar with, or you're trying to prove a point and make a statement with introducing the Nigerian language into I mean, use the word pop culture and trending videos. Is that a deliberate thing, or is there anything more to it?
Okay, like I said, it's something I became proud of. Now, when I started doing content, I started with music review, so I speak English. Yeah. And then sometimes I figure like 100 views. Right. And one thing is that if you want to be an entertainer, there's this like a template. You have to be sexy. If you're a guy, you need to look very handsome, tall, and all of that. Yes, and all of that. And if you're a lady, you need to speak nicely and all of that. But I wouldn't say I don't have all of that. But
nice. You wouldn't say you don't have all of that.
Yeah, but I don't want to compete with guys that have it already.
Okay, fair enough.
So I feel like if I'm going to continue doing that, it's just me competing in a lost battle already. I don't deceive myself. Right. This thing, I feel like this hosting thing. Yeah. I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, honestly, because you're present like a professional.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to jump in your shoe just like that.
Right.
If I had to learn from you.
Okay.
You get? So that's me. So I like to be in a place where I can rule my world. So when I start speaking Yoruba, sometimes it might look, I don't want to use some words because people, there's some comment like a boy ain't going boyinbo. People actually say like, boy ain't going boyinbo.
Wow.
I don't even care because right now it is about results.
Absolutely.
Getting the results.
Yeah.
Last month on Instagram, I had over 6 million, view for my Instagram. I've never had that in my life.
Wow.
Just because I was speaking Yoruba. So why would I start? Never change a working formula. It's working for me. So why should I change it?
Smart.
So that's why I feel like I don't see my selling point.
Right.
And the Yoruba not be even say Asabian like that. Because people still complain, say they make mistake for so don't be say I even sabi the Yoruba like that.
I know. But it's working.
It's working. That's it. Don't change the working formula. The Yoruba is working for me. So I'm not going to change it. What I'm just going to do is probably add some pidgin. But the goal is to be informal.
Right.
Whatever I'm doing, the goal is to be informal.
Right.
You get? Because I have some, some fans who are who don't speak Yoruba, and they really want to be part of what I'm doing together. So I might be adding some pidgin, but I'll never get to the point where I'll be speaking English like this one. Why you talk? And because he jiggy, I just want to be that informal guy. Yeah, that's it.
It makes sense. Do you think you're a celebrity now? don't be humble. There's no need. It's a safe space.
Well, it depends on the standard. By some standard, I can say I am.
Shit.
By other standard, I would say maybe upcoming. Okay. Maybe I'll get there someday.
But then where? When you get there, what is the ultimate goal? What is the big picture with respect to what you're done with your content and everything? What is the big picture for you?
Yeah, I think what I've dished out so far is just like 1% out of 100. Like I said, ideas flow in and out every time. So I believe something phenomenal is still coming on. And like when I did the Ghana, I didn't know there was still going to be a bar. Right. You get? And a bar came. So I don't know what's coming next. So
interesting. So I've got this question for you. What do you think it takes to make viral content in the UK for migrant audience?
I won't lie to you. First of all, you can't take out the place of God, the God factor there. That's one. Because it gives knowledge, it gives all these things. And I don't want to talk about quality because people say quality is not about quality. It's about originality. This is it. The internet, the way the internet works, if I've seen something somewhere before and I'll see that thing on your page or similar thing, I'm going to give my full attention to it, the place I saw it in the first time. Right. I probably see it as, okay, you are copying from that person. But if people can say, this is this guy's style and he's doing this thing uniquely, I think you have a chance of going viral because there's something called originated origin. You are the origin, the source of that thing. Do you understand? Right. Now, I was not the one that made the Ghanaian thing, yeah? But I was the frontier of the Ghanaian in UK when it comes to UK based. Yeah. There are a lot of contents for Nigeria. I mean UK based Ghanaian. I am the frontier of that. The Eba thing, I started it, the pioneer of that. So that is what makes those contents outstanding. Do you get? So originality is what makes the difference. Yeah. And I'm not the only one speaking Yoruba. There are other guys who are speaking Yoruba, but the context is different. I'm funny. I can say I'm funny, but you won't deny the fact that I'm a smart person. Right. You won't deny the fact that there's wisdom. In your content. So it's not just comical. It's educational. Right. Some of it. Right. You get? So that's what makes it different. There are a lot of funny people out there. You get? But the difference between them and Faloh is the originality. Is the fact that this guy can be anything. He can be anybody. He can fit in different roles. And bringing all of that together to shoot one content is what makes it different.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Great answer. Appreciate that. So I'm going to put you on the spot now. You mentioned that Eba is one of the reasons Nigerians or Africans are yet to acquire the UK accent. What other reasons are there?
Yeah, one. And that thing is the age factor. See, if you don't, it's all of my content is there. Like, if you don't, they near 29, 30, you won't call the like you've lived 30 years of your life in Nigeria, speaking
slamming your age everywhere and there.
Now you're in a new country and you're trying to change, switch like that. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy.
Right.
You're going to sound funny. I sounded funny so many times. I tried to speak accent. Do you get it? So now the goal is not even to speak accent, it's just to sound foreign. So I just want to sound foreign, not like speak.
Give me your best foreign accent. Just
Babami. Yeah, in one of my content, I said it. When I speak with you Nigerians like this, I they lose my accent.
Oh yeah, no.
But if this interview was anchored by a white person,
really?
then you see the real accent. But because I'm speaking to a black person like me, so or a brown or whatever it's even if I try to, it won't come out nice, bro. And I don't want to be funny.
Okay, so you're going to do for us now, that Ganusi thing. People should not listen to other podcasts. They should listen. If you are in Ganusi, please can you do that? I really want to see you do that.
This is Japajantis,
yeah. The channel is Japajantis, but the program is Lost in Transit. So what would you rather do?
Lost in Transit. Okay. We could use Japajantis and Lost in Transit.
Okay, that's fine. Excellent.
We could use that. So we could say the Nigerians, when it comes to listening to reasonable, educative, and entertaining program, Japajantis, they won't go there. Lost in Transit, they won't go there. We are not going to mention any other one. But it is all those
Raz ones.
Yeah, that
Ganusi.
I just to say Japajantis and Lost in Transit. So it's on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Just search it. Japajantis.
Yeah.
Lost in Transit.
Yeah.
And you see everything.
Great. Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your experience, for sharing your rise to stardom as well. It's such a very inspirational story how you thought, you were just catching fun, but you were able to leverage originality and content to achieve virality. Definitely. Thank you so much. And on that note, it's but drawing the curtain is another episode of the Lost in Transit podcast. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please Ganusibi bayi. Please let me tell them to Ganusibi by camera.
Ganusi Japajantis at Lost in Transit.
Right, thank you very much. All right, thank you so much.
All right, bye.